Smriti Irani is my first guest on Newshour Direct. Miss Irani, you've started another controversy. You know, by calling it Guru Utsav. Why call an essay competition Guru Utsav?
I think those, Arnab, I think in a nation which is free to express itself and speak for itself, I had officers who came and presented to me the idea of having an essay competition wherein we celebrate the contribution of our teachers in the lives of every student, past or present. And we were told that we have options of choosing either Guru Utsav or just saying Abhar. Since we wanted it to be a celebration of teachers in our country, we felt that Guru Utsav as a title for the essay competition was more suited. But what many have, I believe, not seen in terms of how the competition has been laid out is that this competition, which is an essay writing competition, is not an effort to rename Teachers' Day, just an effort to provide a platform for students to express their gratitude towards their teachers. Interestingly, the competition is taking place not only in English but in 22 scheduled languages, including Tamil. So I believe that there is a desperate and deliberate attempt to politicize a non-issue.
No, desperate by
given
who? No,
the people who are out of power now, their desperation,
Miss Irani, who are you calling desperate?
I heard a former minister.
Who are you calling desperate here?
No, I heard a former minister. I'm giving you my answer, Mr. Goswami. I heard a former minister pontificate about how people would like to address their gurus or their teachers in their states.
Yes.
Well, I presume that the gentleman in question has not seen how this competition has been rolled out, not possibly known that this competition allows students to express their gratitude towards their teachers in any language they deem fit.
No, Miss Irani, just look at it differently,
so
please.
I say
Miss Irani,
that
just look at it differently.
An attempt has been made to make...
Look at it differently. Just look at it differently. Sorry.
Yes.
Just look at it differently. Miss Irani, the word Guru is a Sanskrit name meaning teacher or master. Utsav is a Sanskrit word for festival or celebration. These are also Hindi words. Now in Tamil Nadu, the word for teacher, I don't know how to pronounce it, is something Vadayar. And the word for festival is also different. Now, Miss Irani, look at the bigger picture. You are calling somebody desperate, that's fine. But this issue is also, as they say, about cultural sensitivity. And given the history of anti-Hindi celebrations, for example, in Tamil Nadu, the nomenclature was going to prove controversial. I mean, please don't tell me that a politician as experienced as you would not see through the possible controversy over the nomenclature.
If you presume that any attempt to celebrate a teacher's contribution is to be looked through a political lens, then I would disagree. At least in my department, our endeavor is that identifying and celebrating and understanding the unique diversity of our culture, heritage and language. We give an opportunity to every individual to express their thoughts in the language they deem fit. Hence, I reiterate that an opportunity has been given to students to speak about their teachers, those who are differently abled. They have been given an opportunity to speak and upload their thoughts. Those who can write have been given an opportunity to write in the language they deem fit. And hence, that effort in itself signifies that we recognize the diversity of language and culture in our country, and recognizing that the Guru Utsav essay competition 2014
suppose one were to suggest this to you, that one way of ending the controversy, you know, there are other things in this country than debating on issues of nomenclature. Why don't you simply say, because the entries in this essay competition are in English and 22 scheduled languages, right from Bodo, Sindhi, Punjabi, Dogri, I'm sure you are inviting entries in all these languages. So why don't you just you say that it will not be called only Guru Utsav? It can be whatever the translation of Guru Utsav in 22 official languages. Now, Ms. Irani, that will be a fine way to end the controversy.
That's exactly what I acknowledge, and I'm extremely grateful for that hand of help that you extend on Newshour tonight, and the advice that you have given. The advice is so noted. But like I said, since the competition itself outlines the various parameters in which you can express your thoughts, 3 of them being who is your favorite teacher, which teacher helped your friend in crisis, or which teacher helped you shape your life and take you where you are today. There are various issues on which students can write in various languages. Hence, there is an absolute celebration of the diversity of India. Arnab, let me also say that the same institution also did an essay competition on Pingali Venkaiah, which culminated on the 14th of August, celebrating the fact that this is the gentleman who designed the Indian flag. That essay was conducted in English, Hindi and Telugu.
Irani,
and that essay also had a massive response.
Miss Irani, you understand the context.
And in fact, since your advice has been noted...
No, I'm in no business of
I understand the context, Arnab,
I'm in no business of giving unsolicited advice, but
you're an Indian citizen who goes to vote, and you have every business to give advice or your thought processes on any issue that you deem fit. And hence to just reflect on your suggestion, let me say this, Mr. Goswami. In celebration of India's diverse language and cultural heritage, we are also proposing on the 21st of February celebration of our mother tongue. So Matrabhasha Divas, Mother Tongue Day, you call it by any name, that is also a celebration that soon our students can partake it. Ultimately for me, Arnab, I mean, I've had the privilege of very rarely speaking to you nowadays ever since I took office. Ultimately for me as a minister, for me as a citizen, irrespective of what language you speak, whether you want to say Guru Utsav, whether you want to call it by any other name, all I want is that you walk up on the 5th of September to your teacher and just say thank you.
I understand, but you see the CBSE, which falls under your ministry, I think in June, had issued a circular to all its affiliated schools to celebrate Sanskrit Week. That also elicited a strong protest, and Jayalalitha wrote to the Prime Minister expressing her disappointment. Why would you not, Miss Irani, preempt all of this by saying, let me focus on the larger issues of education in any area which can be seen to be, reflecting a certain cultural point of view, or because people may believe that it emanates from maybe the influence of the RSS or others, that I will walk away from those and focus on the bigger problems of providing education to so many students in this country.
I truly respect the views expressed by many a politician, including the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, about any endeavor or any initiative or any policy decision that we partake in or that we present. Let me say this, apart from Matrabhasha Divas on the 21st of February, those who accuse me, or particularly the ministry, of saying that if you celebrate Sanskrit, then you're saffron, need to also understand that the gentleman who got the Fields Medal in mathematics, a gentleman who's teaching currently in Princeton, by the name of Manjul Bhargav, he actually attributed his achievement to the fact that he could read and write Sanskrit. So imagine that if I said the same, I would be
why would a question which emerges?
Let me finish my answers. Let me finish my answer, Arnab. It's not over yet. I quite enjoy the fact that you still interject when people speak. It gives me some very fond memories back in the time when I used to participate just as a mere politician on your show and not as a mantri as you grill tonight. Let me just say this, that respecting the need to celebrate our language, our culture, and the fact that even something like Sanskrit, which is used in terms of, if you look at the Diophante equations, I mean, those who are much more learned than me could possibly answer better than I do, and those who are not aware of this particular equation can Google it. They will know that to solve this, the normal calculus does not help as much as Aryabhatta's algorithm. So would you rather have that I disassociate myself from my nation's history?
It's not.
Would you rather that I have a disassociation from all good that has come from the past so that I sound politically correct? My responsibility as I understand it,
if I may be allowed a mild interjection, Mr. Goswami. If I may be allowed a mild interjection as an ordinary journalist, is that, you see, and by the way, I enjoy the manner in which you also twist the questions and put it in the way appropriate to you. But my question to you is this: why should a student in Tamil Nadu have to partake in a celebration of Sanskrit? Just take that, of Sanskrit during Sanskrit week, when the CBSE does not organize a Tamil week, when the CBSE does not organize a Kannada week, when the CBSE does not organize a Bengali week or an Assamese week. And now you may say that I am going to celebrate Matrabhumi Divas. I can, Matrabhasha Divas. I'd say that's an afterthought. You see, if equal respect for all languages is the guiding principle, why is the principle not applied in this case?
Which is not dated after this interview, but predated back a few days. So it is not an idea which germinated because I got into a verbal tussle with Arnab Goswami. This is a communication that was sent out to my office to the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu quite a few days back. But let me just say this, that as I understand my responsibility, every school that participated in the Sanskrit week participated because they wanted to. And you would be happy to note, Arnab, that there were many schools and particularly students who participated from the state of Tamil Nadu, and we awarded them, we showed respect for their participation in a program which was designed to reward them for their participation.
Miss Irani, I understand what you're saying.
My appeal to everybody is that my endeavor is to ensure that the best of practices across the world is given to our children so that they educate themselves better. At the same time, our children, our nation recognizes our own strength, our historical and cultural strength, and I find a balance between the old and the new.
Irani,
that is my endeavor. Like I said, at the end of the day, Arnab, since time is scarce, let me just say, irrespective of what you call guru or teacher, on the 5th of September, my only request is, all we want is for you to say thank you, teacher.
But Miss Irani,
thank you, Arnab.
Miss Irani, just a couple of more questions, please. Is telecasting Mr. Modi's interaction with students on Teachers' Day voluntary? Because there's a controversy on that, and there has been attention paid to what the circular of the Delhi Director of Education, which is to all private as well as government schools, which says any laxity in the arrangements for viewing Mr. Modi's Q&A session with school children on Teachers' Day shall be viewed seriously. On the one hand, you're claiming the showing the speech is not mandatory.
I will only say this, I'm a representative of the Government of India. I will only say this, and the 2 points I'll make here is this, that I'm a representative of the Government of India. On the 27th of August, we had a video conference with state secretaries across the nation, and we had very, very finely articulated what this program was all about. There was suggestions invited from all states. I say this with absolute authority of my office, in knowledge of what transpired in that video conference, that every state was more than happy to partake voluntarily in this particular endeavor. State secretaries were also requested to sound off their governments, their ministers about this initiative. We have, as of this evening, 5 o'clock, concurrence from many states across the country. Hence, our act has been extremely collaborative and voluntary. I have papers to back that and inputs from various states.
But you know, some state governments are now making noises about this and saying it's not appropriate.
But the Prime Minister of India, who is trying to engage with students and teachers, and in fact, this program is such designed that we are having students invited onto the munch, onto the platform to speak about Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan or what they feel Teachers' Day is all about. So, like I said, an attempt has been made to make a non-controversial issue controversial, but ultimately the goal is that either on the 5th of September, in fact, Arnab, I'm happy to share this, that we on the mygov.in, the platform, we appeal to citizens of this country that help us design an e-greeting for your teachers. 637 greeting samples have come in from our students, and we are putting it up hopefully very soon on the MHRD website, which you can use if you deem it fit. These are cards which are designed by young students to wish your teacher. So our endeavor is ultimately, आप चाहे कोई भी भाषा बोलें, आप चाहे किसी भी प्रांत के हों, राष्ट्र के निर्माण में जिन लोगों ने सहयोग दिया उन अध्यापकों को टीचर्स डे पे कहें thank you teacher.
Yeah, Miss Smriti, I'll thank you, but I must say that what the state governments are now saying does not fall in line with what you've said, that they all agreed with your suggestions. Maybe it's political, maybe it's not, but I think there is a, there's...
Well, I have written confirmations from many states. I have written confirmations from many states, but since this is a collaborative attempt to celebrate the contribution of teachers, my appeal to everybody is to just celebrate their service, to just celebrate their contribution, so that the young in this country, many of whom want to be doctors and engineers, at least we have many more young people coming out and saying that I want to be a teacher and make a difference to somebody's life.
Well, thanks very much, Smriti. By the way, Shashi Tharoor said it's a state subject. Shashi Tharoor said in that comment, he said education is a state subject. Are you infringing somewhere?
No, it's on the concurrent list.
But Smriti, you talking to the Congress party on this? Are you building any bridges? Are you going to speak to the West Bengal government, the Tamil Nadu government, and all those who are upset?
I was my government was elected to power to serve the people of the country and not our political interests. And I will only say this by in a very measured fashion, that on the 27th of August, when we had this conversation with state secretaries, we were not met with opposition. And those who oppose us, I believe there are some who say that we'll celebrate Teachers' Day our way. Well, you're more than happy and welcome to do that in a free nation. Ultimately, like I said, our endeavor is that all you get to say in that day, in any language you deem fit, is say thank you, teacher.
Well, Smriti, thanks very much. Thank you very much.